Split applying nitrogen on corn. 3 tips for sidedress applications. In Missouri, nitrogen application on corn has traditionally been done before planting. However, studies have shown consistent benefits in nitrogen sidedress and topdress applications on post-emergence corn, prompting more growers to adopt this approach.
Increasing our nitrogen use efficiency is one of the major benefits of a split application.
Split application of nitrogen on corn has also increased in popularity in recent years with the availability of new equipment.
We are seeing an increase in farmers utilizing a split application mainly for economic reasons and environmental benefits as well.
Here are 3 considerations for determining which application practices are best for your farm. Consideration number 1, what nitrogen source will be applied? Many farmers have acquired their own application equipment. This will dictate the type of fertilizer used and its placement.
A farmer owning their own equipment is beneficial when it comes to timeliness for that application. They may have a lot of workload that they need to be focusing on at that time as well, but they also may own equipment that can be retrofitted for that 2-pass application, and that can be beneficial when it comes to the cost effectiveness of owning that equipment.
If you intend to have it custom applied, you'll also be bound by the equipment options available from your 4R certified ag retailer, a custom applicator in your area, or a relative or neighbor. Once you've determined the equipment that will be used, you'll want to consider the benefits and limitations of each type of application.
Urea is a dry fertilizer. It includes 46% nitrogen. It's a high concentration of nitrogen as well. It is globally the most popular fertilizer.
When applying urea, keep in mind, urea is likely to be cheaper than urea ammonium nitrate, or UAN. In-season application with a spin spreader is probably the fastest application method, and most farmers are not set up to make a top-dress urea application themselves, so it has to be arranged with their 4R certified ag retailer. The proliferation of farmer-owned self-propelled sprayers for post-emergence applications has given many farmers the ability to sidedress their own nitrogen with UAN. There are additional benefits to farmers choosing a sidedress method. The main advantages are timeliness, quality control, and the economic advantage of spreading the equipment cost over more acres. However, some precautions must be taken. Urea and UAN solutions can damage the leaves of your crops, so it is best to minimize contact with the plants. When using a spin spreader, avoid applying urea when crop leaves are wet, and monitor for whorls or funneling that trap urea granules and prevent their even distribution. Instead of spraying UAN, inject it between the rows or dribble it on the surface. If you plan to inject UAN or anhydrous ammonia as a sidedress application, apply it before the V6 stage to avoid excessive root damage. Consideration number 2, where and when will the nitrogen be applied? After determining how you will apply the nutrients, you'll need to decide how much of your nitrogen should be sidedressed or topdressed, and at what point in the growing season it should be applied. Many cost-share programs offer farmers an opportunity to receive reimbursements if a minimum of 25% of their total nitrogen is applied post-emergence.
So if we're applying a total of 200 pounds of nitrogen, 50 pounds of that's going on that second pass. So as a person gets more comfortable with a 2-pass program, they may increase that. Commonly, we're going 2/3, 1/3.
The popularity of these cost-share programs has been fueled by the increasing concern for the loss of nitrogen when applied before planting and the availability of equipment for second-pass nitrogen application. An analysis of 89 experiments conducted in Missouri shows a yield advantage of 13 bushels per acre with a 2-pass system of nitrogen versus a single pass at or before planting. This was specifically evident during wet years. Missouri research also shows a benefit to a 2-pass nitrogen system during dry years, with a yield benefit of 15 or more bushels per acre. Corn, following soybeans, can handle an even higher percentage of total land applied to sidedress. Sidedress applications should be applied no later than stages V8 to V9. but stages V4 to V6 appear to be the best time to side dress nitrogen in Missouri.
Typically, we're targeting a V6 application timing because that's when we see the maximum demand by that corn crop. And it's going to affect, or it's going to depend upon the source of nitrogen that we're using at that time and the placement, okay, and the equipment that we're using.
To ensure even distribution across the field, some precautions should be taken. If top dressing with urea, avoid windy days that can cause the spread pattern to be inconsistent. If using drop nozzles that run along the ground, make sure they have consistent output. And be sure your hoses aren't excessively wandering or bouncing during application. Consideration number 3, should I use a urease inhibitor? Top dress applied urea requires rainfall or irrigation amounting to at least 1/4 inch within 4 days of application. This prevents nitrogen loss by volatilization.
Volatilization is an issue with urea-based fertilizers, urea in particular, and urea ammonium nitrate, which contains 50% urea. So that's when we have loss of nitrogen in the ammonia form.
Heavy dew or light rainfall that dissolves the urea granules and spreads them out without allowing the urea to penetrate the soil may increase the risk of volatilization loss. Be sure to incorporate the fertilizer into the soil deeper than 1 inch with a cultivator. If you're utilizing no-till practices, using a urease inhibitor can give you 10 days to anticipate rainfall. Remember, if you are using UAN, it is half urea and also subject to volatilization loss. Volatilization inhibitors have been shown to prevent loss and increase nitrogen availability in grain yields.
So volatilization is an issue with urea-based fertilizers. Urea ammonium nitrate has 50% urea present. We can incorporate that fertilizer so that we reduce any volatilization, but we can also use a urease inhibitor to reduce or buy us some time until we have rainfall to incorporate that fertilizer.
You are encouraged to work with your 4R certified ag retailer or advisor for nutrient recommendations for your soil and crop needs. For more information, sign up for the Missouri Fertilizer Control Board newsletter at mofcb.com or visit cra.missouri.edu for resources on regenerative agriculture.